I'm Kelty and I'm from One to One Wellness Center, and I'm going to teach Jolynn a really great exercise for releasing some tension, especially in the forearms, also in the back of the arms, often sometimes even into the chest, and it's really simple. There's different ways to do it, so I'm going to kind of go with the generalized way, and your therapist might tweak it a little bit for you. But generally what we would do is we would start in the arms, so we'll do one arm at a time first. So Jolynn's going to have her arms about 9 degrees from her body. Watch for the fingers clawing here. You'll notice sometimes your fingers start clawing if you've got a lot of tension. Try to keep your fingers relaxed, okay? So if there's a lot of tension already, you're going to lower the arm to decrease the point there's no tension and still no clawing of the fingers. But for ideal purposes, it's at about 9 degrees. So the goal is to start movement at the wrist, then the elbow, and then into the shoulder. So Jolynn's going to rotate her thumb down, nice and slowly. Her elbow will rotate down, her shoulder will rotate down, and even lift up a little bit. Good. Coming back, you're going to do the same thing to start the wrist again. So thumb coming up, elbow, and then shoulder. But you notice what Jolynn did is a little bit of a cheat, which is what everybody does, so I'm glad you did that. She starts to kind of go down. That puts a little slack on the system. Try to keep it in line. So as she goes down, she's going to keep the wrist moving, the elbow, the shoulder, without that descending down. Good. Then starting with the thumb up, the wrist, nice and slowly into the shoulder. Get really comfortable with that. You'll then repeat it on the other side. You'll let that guy have some slack. You could then do it the same way on the other side. Doesn't matter how many repetitions. It could be 5, it could be 10. Just depends on the person. So say she's done that on the other side. Now you might combine the two. Then it gets really tricky. So one hand will be facing down, the other hand will be facing up, so they will be in opposite position. As Jolynn then rotates the wrist down, the elbow down on this side, she then rotates up on the other side. So we call this the washrag because it's like you're washing out a rag and you're giving it a nice little twist. It's excellent to keep the shoulders open. You'll tend to want to crouch in. That's a compensation. You'll tend to come down at the sides with the arms. That's a compensation. And so we just kind of want to make it so that you're moving in a new pattern, very slowly, pain-free. And if you need to compensate because you're not at that level, that's totally fine. We'll just start you a little bit lower. You only go to the part where you hardly feel any sort of tension when you start in a position like